What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. No show yesterday. We are back today. Start off with a couple of free agency moves in MLB. First of all, the Orioles make a signing a few days ago. They signed Tomoyuki Sugano for a one-year deal worth $13 million. Sugano has been in the Japanese Baseball League for a very long time. He's been there for 12 seasons. He is now going to be 35 years old. So obviously, he's already got a lot of innings under his belt. He's already, at the end of his career, I guess. But he has been a phenomenal pitcher over there in 281 career games, over 1,800 career innings, had a career 2.7, excuse me, a 2.45 ERA, had a 1.67 ERA last year in 24 starts. He's never had an ERA in a full season on below 4. So he's been a stud over there for a very long time. Obviously, these Japanese pitchers, pretty much everywhere in the Japanese baseball league, the Korean baseball league, pretty much everywhere. The stars don't go as deep into ball games. Like he's only gone over 200 innings once. That was back in 2018. He had 202 innings. Other than that, he's only had over 180 innings one, two, three times, and he has not gone over actually 149 to 2022. We had 202 in 2018. He had 136 in the third in 2019. 2020 had 137 in the third. 21 had 119 two-thirds. In 22 had 149. 2 years ago had 86 innings, and this past year had 156 and two-thirds. So not sure he'll be a complete horse, but I think at the very least should be a very good starting pitcher at this level. Again, a lot of innings already under his belt. Now 35 years old, but for a one-year thing, as long as he's healthy, which I think he should be, at least for the most part. This is a very good signing for the Baltimore Orioles. They may be about to lose. They may be about to lose Corbin Burns. I heard they're more likely to re-sign the Frames. Corbin Burns if it's Santander than it's kind of being reported. It seems like September you're hearing like a lot more, like Toronto and the Yankees. The Birds are hearing a lot more, maybe Boston and the Giants and the Mets. But apparently Baltimore is a little more in on their free agents than people think or what we've heard so far. So, but they still have to prepare to lose one of the best pitchers in baseball, Corbin Burns. So this could be kind of protection for that. And they had a lot of injuries in that rotation last year anyway, so they could use another arm probably either way. So Sugano is now an Oriole. And the Yankees make another trade. They acquire Cody Bellinger from the Chicago Cubs and Cody Petit the other way. Look, this is a good trade for the Yankees. They give up nothing. And they took on most of his contract. Petit, he came up in Miami in 21, made 7 start ERA, close to 5. Pitched in 12 games, and 2 starts in 2022 with the Marlins. Then had Tommy John after the year was cut. I think the Royals brought him in on a minor league deal 2 years ago. He pitched it. He rehabbed with them, pitched in the minor leagues briefly for them at the end of the year. Was cut after the year. Yankees brought him in on a minor league deal to compete for a spot on their staff last year in spring training. Started the year in AAA. Was forced to be called up because I think as like the extra guy for a doubleheader. And he made a few starts to them, 4 starts, including 5 games. Overall, pitched well. Only gave up 6 earned runs in 24 in the third, but then got hurt yet again, and then missed most of the rest of the year. He came back like late in September, and I think may have been in their bullpen technically the last like 2 weeks of the year, but didn't really pitch much. But so he's already going to be 30. I mean, he only has 83 career innings under his belt. That being said, he's not been able to stay on the field. Though in his brief time last year pitching for the Yankees, he did pitch well, but again, it was only 24 in the third innings. But Bellinger overall has had a good career. He, of course, came up with the Dodgers in 2017. He set the National League rookie record for home runs in the season by a rookie. It was the all-time record, and we'll judge. No, it was the record nationally, and then Alonso blew out the water in 2019 with the Mets. And then he won the MVP in 2019. He hit 305 with 47 home runs and 115 RBIs. Really strong the next 3 years. The next 3 years hit just 239, 12 home runs and 30 RBIs. That was in the pandemic year in 2021. Another injury plagued year where he hit 165, one of the worst players in the majors. Not much better in 2022. 210, 19 home runs, 68 RBIs. They and then they untended them. Cubs scooped them up on a lucrative 1-year deal 2 years ago, and he completely bounced back at 307, 26 homers, 97 RBIs. with 881 OPS. They re-signed him to a 3-year deal with an opt-out uh, after the season. He regressed last year, was still pretty good, hit 266, 18 homers, 78 RBIs, 751 OPS. So definitely regressed from the year before, but not nearly as bad as he was the previous 3 years. So he's been mediocre to bad at the plate for the last 5 seasons, but he's still a guy that won an MVP 5 years ago. He's still only 2 seasons, 2 year. He's only a season ago removed from hitting 307 with 26 homers and 97 RBIs. He's a great outfielder. Can also play first base. He's a good player. Now he's got $52 million over the next 2 years. He's going to make, I think, like 25 or $26 million this year. Cubs are paying 2.5 of that. And then the other 2.5 will go towards either his buyout after the season if the Yankees don't pick up his option, or excuse me, if Bellinger opts out, or if he opts in, then the extra 2.5 would cover his salary for 2026 as well. Look, it's a good overall. I'm sorry, it's a good move for the Yankees. They give up nothing, so it's if he flops, he goes out and he hits 220, and this is 30 games on and spends 30 games on the injured list. Not the end of the world. Problem is he'll probably opt in next year, so they'll be stuck with him. The Cubs are contributing a ton of money. But if he ends up hitting 280 with 30 home runs, then this is an incredible deal. So not a ton of risk involved because they really don't give up anything. Clay Petit was not really needed because of how deep their rotation is. That's why they were able to trade Nestor Cortez away to acquire Devin Williamson from the Milwaukee Brewers. But this is a good move. There was a rumor that came up that he was going to play center. They're going to move Josh to right. Aaron Boone said not so fast, that they haven't decided what position he's going to play quite yet. Obviously with Juan Soto gun, you have an opening in the outfield. Not sure if Alex Rodrigo's coming back or not. Will just Dominguez be on the opening day roster? So outside of Judge, it's a little uncertain out there in the outfield. Definitely don't have a whole lot first base as well. Anthony Rizzo is a free agent. He doesn't really have a whole lot left anyway. Oswaldo Cabrera hasn't played a ton of baseball at the big league level. Hasn't been great when he has been a little inconsistent. Has played very little first base. John Birdie isn't an everyday player. He also has played very little first base. DJ LeMahieu can play over there, but he has struggled with the plate the last couple of years. So very wonky, of what's going on there. I heard they're looking at Alex Bregman, maybe Santander. If you could put Bregman at third and shuffle some pieces around. If you bring in Santander, he's not going to can play first. Maybe you put him at first base. See what I do. But this is a good trade for them. What Bellinger will they get? I don't know. They might get the guy that's a all-star. They might get the guy who shouldn't even be in your starting 9. So. But they give up nothing, so overall, I think it's a good trade for the Yankees. Cubs was looking to dump his contract, and they were able to do that. They're like, all right, it's what to do. You eat, a lot of money and get back, some better prospects and pieces, or, don't eat any money, or in this case, very, very little, and just but you're not gonna get a lot back. And they chose just we just want to get rid of the contract and not get a lot back. You never know. Maybe Cody Petit, if he stays healthy, ends up being a major part of the rotation. You never know. But overall, Yankees definitely win the trade on the surface, and they add a potential all-star. All right, so we're going to some standings updates. But first of all, just a quick little thing. Michael Vick has taken the head coach job at Norfolk State. Norfolk State was part of the NEAC conference, one of the lower level Division I football conferences, or I guess Division I sports conferences in general, obviously. But did not think I would see this. Michael Vick is now their head coach. He's the guy I can see him coaching high school. He's a guy who he grew up in kind of a bad area. Kind of had to get it out of the mud, and he was obviously a star, and was a high school football superstar. And then he ends up committing to Virginia Tech, had a great career there, obviously had a great NFL career. Obviously, his off-the-field issues are definitely happened. And since retiring, he's done some TV stuff. But I can see him like coaching high school, and see him wanting to give back. He can kind of give a good message to young people. Someone who messed up and did his time. He apologized, done things to try and gain people support and get his life back on track. I never saw him coaching college. This was a big surprise, and Michael Vick is now a coaching at Norfolk State. See, a lot of teams are going after ex players to be coaches. You see, obviously Deion Sanders is the coach of Colorado. He was at Jackson State before that. You see Michael Vick is at Norfolk State. Ed Reed got pretty close to Yeah, deal fall through last year. He was almost going to coach. You see, Teddy Bridgewater was just won a state championship as coaching high school. Apparently, he must come back to the NFL now, which is weird. But Michael Vick is now the head coach at Norfolk State. With that being said, let's talk about NBA standings now. The Cleveland Cavaliers continue to lead the Eastern Conference. 23-4. Of course, we're off to a phenomenal start. Celtics are in second place in the division excuse me, in the conference right now. They are currently 21-5. As expected, that team is obviously loaded. Then you got the Knicks, 16-10 overall. They've played well. Not a great start, been playing some a lot better basketball recently. Yeah, tough loss to the Hawks. Not so long ago, but you're able to get a bounce back win after that. Orlando's at 17-11. Cool to see them. They're staying afloat. You'll have a whole bunch of or Franz Wagner. Both have serious injuries that they're recovering from right now. They've stayed afloat. Bucks are in fifth, 14-11, played a lot better since that brutal start. You have Miami is in sixth at 13-11. Trying to hang out. There's all sorts of trade rumors going around about Jimmy Butler. Heard they're listening to offers, but that they, probably won't want to trade him quite yet. They are listening, so a lot of stuff going on about that. We'll see as it gets closer to the trade line what happens. I've heard that the Heat probably wouldn't be outbid for him if they were to wait till his free agency and when they try to resign him. Brian Windhorst says he thinks that Butler probably prefers to resign with the Heat and stay there and sign an extension there. But over the last year or two, he's asked for an extension, and Pat Riley said, no, we're not extending you, basically. So, for whatever reason, so. Maybe if that ticks them off, the Heat will get lose in the first round. Be like, you know what? I've done all I could here. Let's go and try and win a championship, whether it's in Golden State or somewhere else. I'm just trying to go off what I've heard where he could be going. Atlanta's in some. Atlanta's been better than I thought. Obviously, you trade away Deontay Murray. It's a team that was not good last year. It was a play-in exit last year. I thought would be very bad this year. They've been a little better than I thought. They're hanging in there. Pacers 12-15. They have struggled. They've got some injuries. Halliburton hasn't had his best year. He's had a little bit of a down year. They're at 12-15 right on the 8th spot. East is very, very weak. The Bulls at 12-15. They're on the 9th spot. I heard about Zach LaVine and Vucevic are on a trade block. And the Pistons 11-16. I mean, look, they won 14 games all of last year, and they have 11 wins before Christmas. Not much you can ask for. And they're the last playing team right now. Brooklyn 11-16, excuse me, 10-16. I mean, it was fun while it lasted. And then they traded Dennis Schroeder for an injured Anthony Melton, and a couple of second-round picks. So it was fun while it lasted, I guess. Philly's 8-16. That's just a disaster. Now Joel Embiid's hurt. Georgia's still hurt. Now Jeremy McCain's going to be out for a while. Their star rookie. Oh, God. It's Tyrese Maxey and a bunch of bums over there now. That's a disaster. Hornets 7-19. I heard that, they apologized. They had some 13-year-old kid who like when they play those games like the intermissions and stuff. He won a PS5. Apparently after the cameras were rolling, they took it back from him. They had to apologize. It's such an atrocious organization. The Raptors are at 7-20. They got a bunch of guys out. Scotty Barnes missed a lot of time this year. They're very young. And Manuel quickly has been out for a while. Much when he's coming back. They're just a mess for now. And the Washington Wizards are 3-21. They are 3-21. They did not win a game in November. I mentioned that last time. They did not win a basketball game in November. I don't understand how that's even possible. They are a level of incompetence that needs to be studied. They are beyond horrible. Going to the Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder continue to roll 20-5 on the season. Won 9 of the last 10. They are rolling. Shy and Chad. I think it's actually hurt. Hartstein, almost dogs over there. They're great. Memphis has had a great year. So 18-9, John Morant has looked like the guy he was 2 or 3 years ago. He's shown why he's still a star. Houston Rockets 17-9. They're playing really, really well right now. Got a lot of young talent over there. Ime Udoka's a really good coach. Dallas has been playing really well. Slight slow start for them. They've recovered very nicely. 17-9. Denver's 14-10. Not quite as electric as we thought they'd be, but still rolling. Nikola Jokic's still having an amazing year. Heard they're trying to bring in another scorer. They really want to get Zach LaVine from the Bulls. They're looking at Jordan Poole and a couple other guys as well. Suns 14-11. I mean, they kind of cooled off since a good start. No surprise when Bradley Beal comes around there in them one every like 2 hours, it seems like. Warriors 14-11. They've been struggling out to a great start. They've been slumping since. They're also looking to bring in another high scoring option. They appear to be the favorite. It's being built like it's traded. Minnesota 14-11. Man, that cat trade has not worked out for them. Julius Randle looked off. Dante's been horrible. It has not worked out for them at all. Clippers 15-12 of the first playing team. Uh, they've held together without Kawhi. Obviously, Paul George left them for agency. Lakers 14-12. They're about as mediocre as we thought they'd be. Last playing team in, and Spurs were at 500. Chris Paul has played very well. He hasn't scored a whole lot, but he's done exactly what he needed to. He's facilitated and been a good leader. Considering how much better the West is in the East, the Spurs, if they were in the East, they would be in eighth place. They would be in eighth place. They would be a half game out of seventh, and they would be pretty close, it would not be too far out of fifth place in that conference on. I mean, maybe 2.5 games out of like fifth place. They're the first team out of the play right now. They're 11th in the West. Kings 12, 13, 14. And they've been a lot more mediocre than I thought. Portland's 8-18, kind of what we expected. They're very bad. They've lost 6 in a row. Utah 5-20. God, that team is bad. They're very young, still trying to put it together. And the Pelicans 5-22. I heard that they're willing to move Zion, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram. Interesting that they said Zion. They got to blow that team up. They missed their window. And they're hurt again. We're always heard Zion's hurt right now. I think Ingram, McCollum missed time. Deontay Murray just hasn't worked there. Just a disaster. Time for a change in New Orleans. All right, let's take a look at the NHL standings now. Eastern Conference, Devils in first place in the conference, 45 points. They are playing really good hockey. Look what happens when you have a goalie to go along with that great offense. Capitals in second, 44 points, playing very good hockey. Carolina's in third at 41. Toronto has 40 points. Florida also has 40 points, but Toronto's got a game in hand. Boston has 37 points. They've been playing a lot better lately. Tampa's in 7th with 36. Ottawa Senators are playing really well. They're in 8th with 34. Pittsburgh is a point out with 33. Flyers at 32. Rangers at 31. Rangers are falling apart. Almost 11 of their last 14. They've lost to the 32nd ranked team in hockey 2 separate times, 2 different teams in the last 8 days. They are just playing horrible hockey. Igor hasn't played well. The defense has been horrible. The veterans are not put there and scoring. It's just brutal. They have the same amount of points of the Islanders right now. Columbus has just been horrible. Not horrible, not great. 5 points out. Detroit is 6 points out. And then Montreal finishes off the conference along with Buffalo, who's now lost. I heard they're 0-8-3 in the last 11, so they've lost 11 in a row. Three times they've gotten 1 point because they game into an overtime or a shootout, but they have lost 11 straight games. And 8 of those were in regulation. Going to the West, Winnipeg, that's still on top, 23-91, 47 points. Minnesota's in second with 44. Vegas is in third with 43. Kings in fourth with 40. They've been playing well. Dallas in fifth with 38. Edmonton in sixth with 38. Vancouver in seventh with 37. Calgary in eighth with 36. Colorado in also has 36, but Calgary's got a game in hand. Utah Hockey Club, 33 points, 3 points out of a spot. They've been playing good hockey. Blues also have 33. Seattle's got 32. They're 4 points out, and then the Sharks are very bad. Anaheim's really bad. Chicago is really bad. I thought Chicago would be a little better than that. They'd be a little more competitive than that. And Nashville is the worst team in hockey right now at 9-17. But they beat the Rangers last night, so I can't really say much as a Rangers fan, can I? It's time to talk some football. Let's start off. Let's talk about the Monday Night Football games from 2 days ago. Vikings over the Bears, 30-12. I mean, kind of. I think we all expected the Vikings to stop the Vikings. They're 12-2 for a reason. They're very good. Bears just suck. Came up another mediocre game. That offense is dysfunctional. Of course, they already fired their coach. Vikings easily win. Falcons beat the Raiders 15-9. Just a god-awful game. Good lord. Kirk Cousins struggled again. Desmond Ritter is beyond bad. Raiders are a level of incompetence I've almost never seen in the NFL. And the Falcons have benched Kirk Cousins for Michael Penix. Look, Cousins has been playing absolutely horrible. He's got 1 touchdown and 9 picks in his last 9 games. He's been absolutely horrible. 1 touchdown and 9 picks. Wow, that's like some Zach Wilson or Desmond Ritter or Bryce Young last year kind of stats. And Kirk Cousins is making $45 million a year. He's almost 37. I think he's 37 years old now. Wow. Obviously, you have a $180 million backup. It's not ideal. That contract completely blew up in their face, but he's been playing horrible. Falcons have been really struggling. They're now 7-7. They're a game out of a bad division that they should be winning. Panthers took one in the first round. Why he took one 8, I'll never understand. But this, you can't tell me he can give you any less to what Kirk is giving you right now. Even against the Raiders, who are probably the worst team in the league, maybe the worst defense in the league, got for 112 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Like, he did not play well whatsoever. You know, Bijan had a field day, and the combination of the Falcons defense made some plays, and the Raiders just flat out sucks at football. So, what they're going to do next year, I don't know. It's going to be expensive either way, but they're probably going to have to cut him. That's probably what is going to have to happen. Michael Pang is now the starter for the Atlanta Falcons. Let's take a look at the playoff picture before we close this thing out. Chiefs, of course, already won their division. So the 1 seed at 13-1, but it looks like Mahomes will be okay. Bills, the 2 seed, already only won their division 11-3. Chiefs are at 10-4. They have a 3 seed. They've already clinched the playoff spot. Houston Texans already clinched the AFC. They clinched the AFC South this past week. They're at 9-5. They're the 4 seed. The top 3 wildcards are the Ravens, Broncos, and Chargers. Baltimore and Denver at 9-5. Chargers are at 8-6. You have Indy and Miami and Cincinnati are 2 games out, hanging by a thread in the AFC playoff picture. The NFC Detroit Lions, who officially clinched a playoff spot, still the 1 seed at 12-2. Eagles, who already also clinched a playoff spot, also at 12-2 right now. Bucks right on the 3 seed actually at 8-6. The game ahead of Atlanta in that division. Rams 8-6, technically tied Seattle. They have a tiebreaker. They're the 4 seed leading the West. Vikings already clinched a playoff spot. They're the first wild card at 12-2. Of course, tied with the Lions technically in that division, but the Lions have a tiebreaker right now. Second wild card is the Green Bay Packers at 10-4. Washington Commanders are the last team in, but NFC's a little tighter. Seattle's a game out, of course, technically tied for their division still. Atlanta, they are 2 games out, a game out of their division. Arizona is in the same boat, a game out of their division, 2 games out of the wild card. And 49ers are actually still 2 games out of their division, which is insane. And Dallas, and then the rest of Dallas, New Orleans, they're all obviously just beyond cooked in the NFL playoff picture. That's all I got for you guys today. Till next time, so long. Have a great day.